monster. I hate what I've become. The nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel it deep within. It's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster.
Hello everyone. We're here today to talk about my brutally honest review of XCOM 2: War of the Chosen. This expansion for XCOM 2 officially came out about 2 weeks ago. Let me get an exact date for you real quick. August 29th. About a month ago, actually. And we've been playing through it on live stream, and I've played enough of it to actually be able to give a review about how I feel. And I suppose we'll start here in the Avenger. The changes to the Avenger are welcomed and 100% necessary. Your ability to upgrade to instantly heal soldiers. The training center to train soldier bonds as well as retrain soldier abilities separate from the guerrilla tactics school. Kind of was a needed thing. The resistance ring with covert ops. This is how a guerrilla tactics is run. It's not always these things that you see and do directly. Why wasn't that already here? But then we get into some of the issues. For a start, the proving ground took forever to even unlock now due to the amount of other stuff I had to build first that took absolute priority.
These recruits lack in experience, they make up for in grit.
The research tree, you're not always researching what you want because your scientists get randomly inspired and randomly get breakthroughs towards stuff. Though the breakthroughs are nice for improving certain weapons, like for instance my mag rifles do 9 to 10 damage right now. They're basically better than my plasma rifles. It's kind of sad. But so the Avenger, good improvements, mostly. I'm going to get to talking about the expansion overall at the end here. Changes to the individual soldier classes. The heavy-handed nerfs that have been issued to the Ranger class, the Grenadier class, and Sparks are not welcome. Not when you're going to amp the difficulty up with these three bastards who are now hanging on my wall. It's just not okay. It's really not something that was welcome. I do, however, like that you've added the tired, forcing you to have a very large selection of soldiers rather than just 8 core guys who are really badass. You actually now are forced to lead a resistance. I like that. I'll show you some of the resistance ring stuff real quick. You can have them get loot, gather intel, reduce the avatar project, get a breakthrough in research, all sorts of wonderfully awesome stuff. Guerrilla Tactics School is back to its utility that it was at the base game with just a couple more things added in. It's not the Long War Guerrilla Tactics School that we all wanted it to be. It definitely needs some more tweaking. I hope the Long War Studio guys actually do something with War of the Chosen.
What can I do for you, Commander?
Engineering down here. I like that some of the items are now single use, like you use them and they're gone. Like the sustaining sphere, the refraction field, and the overdrive serum. You use it, it's gone now. Like you don't just get another one for free.
We noticed early on that the Avenger has a tendency to dip forward when the power core is under load without the engines engaged. At first I thought maybe it was a stabilizer issue.
But
I think it's all just part of the alien's grand design. The core itself may not be entirely stable, which would explain why the aliens went through so much trouble.
Game map now. Looking for the right word, I apologize. The game map itself is overkill. When the Chosen are present, you have got so much going on. It's just rapid. there's no physical way to keep up with any of it, much less all of it. There's just too much going on in this game map. Like right now, I've got 1, 2, 3 freaking things to go pick up. And they don't expire. Not to mention the fact they increase the number of days it takes to run one of these. It takes now 8 days. Instead of before where it was 3 to 4. On average, it's 6 to 10. So you're only going to get through 3 scans a month.
We have succeeded in our task.
As you can see, building the influence and not really losing any of it with the 3 factions is kind of just lame. I have no motivation to run for any one particular faction or another once I have high influence. My motivation is purely on what do I get for it. So like for instance, I'm going to take this one, obviously. I'm going to put a sniper there to get +3 aim. I'm going to add the scientist because there's no penalty for me adding the scientist. Add an optional soldier to negate the risk of being wounded. Huh, there you go. No risk fucking covert op. That should not be that way. I should have some inherent risk. I have none right now. I do not like also that psychers can just sit in here and train. All day. I can just train that psyker until he's maxed out. Don't ever have to send him into combat. I don't ever have to give him any combat experience. I just keep training him. There's no sense in sending him out till he's maxed out anyway.
Resource located.
I do like these that now have a bit more flavor text to them. That I appreciate. But can we get some stuff like Long War, where they would give us an increase to something besides just raw materials? Like they would trigger a mission. Would be a nice ad. Chosen. That's the next thing. The Chosen are all defeated. Yet I'm still getting consistent Chosen dark events. And there's no dark events that are permanent. Therefore, worst case, if I get a bad dark event that I couldn't counter, I just wait till it's gone. Literally, I just wait till it's gone. I don't have to do anything else but just wait until it goes away. That's stupid. That is literally stupid. No risk of being wounded. Intel collection. No risk. There are certain things that you can do for the game that just make it where the power level of the game just seems completely out of sync. Like, this Avatar project up here is only so high because I'm not running the black sites. And you can go, well, you don't have access to them. I've got access to 1, 2, almost, and I could have access to 2 more, possibly a 3rd. If I really wanted it, and just slaughter this Avatar project way the fuck down. And then using the covert ops, completely massacre it out. I've got no motivation to run those black sites until I absolutely have to. Chosen are more like, they're all dead.
Got an urgent communication coming in for you now, Commander.
I had high hopes for the Resistance under your leadership, Commander, and you have outdone yourself.
Assassin was only the closest because it was the first one to show up, and the only reason the Hunter got so far is because I ignored it for a while. See, now those are dark events I legitimately need to counter. These are a nice addition, but once you have certain ones in place, like the Avenger power one, I don't want to ever remove that. Plus one resistance contact, I basically have to keep that. Certain pieces of protocol, once they're in place, you just leave them alone. And I'm ignoring my supplies initially.
I'm glad to see our joint effort paid off like we hoped.
Now, a lot of you are probably like, well, what about the reduce Avatar progress? I'll send Durgis and The Druidic Rifleman. Confirm. Low chance to take any damage. It's going to cut the Avatar project by 2. And now I get a mission. So, those are the things about the campaign map I have issues with. Too much appears on the campaign map when the Chosen are present. There's just too much to even keep up with. And the dark events being completely like randomized, and even when the Chosen are all dead, they still appear with Chosen dark events. And also, they just don't, like, how should I put this? It doesn't do anything that's particularly fantastic. The levels have kind of been edited a little bit. I mean, we have saturation fire now. That wasn't in the base game. But for the most part, the soldier classes are exactly the same, save for the fact that weapon damage for XCOM weapons has been drastically neutered. And I'll show you. 4 to 6 is the base damage. 3 to 5. Before it was 4 to 6, 5 to 7. And the Ionic Axe is, of course, better than anything I could equip that isn't a Chosen weapon. The Chosen weapons, by the way, are ridiculously overpowered. No one in their right mind will go through the rest of the game without getting these. 8 to 10 base damage, plus 1. Clip size, 7. Critical chance, 25% base. Plus the fact it has a superior laser sight and it's a shotgun. Bonus action chance, 15%. Missed shot damage. You still do 3 points if you miss.
Doesn't sound like the kind of recruit we're looking for.
What? And I'll now show you... Where's Big Bird? There's Big Bird. The Disruptor Rifle. 7 to 9 damage with a 15... Look at his aim right now. His aim is 91. I'm having him just fire at targets through high cover and hit them. Doesn't have to flank anymore. Clip size stupid. Bonus action chances available. Missed shot damage is maxed out. These are ridiculous weapons. You would not want to go through the rest of the game without them. And they make the game way too easy. I get that they're supposed to be, but good God. There should have been a limiting factor here, and there's not. Now, let's get into the Chosen themselves. You had 3. The Hunter, the Assassin, and the Warlock. And I'm going to be entirely honest. The only one I had any trouble with was the Assassin. And that's because she basically had everything about her that makes Rangers overpowered. Stealth, melee strike, and the ability to hit and get out. That's just made her hard to deal with. You're seeing video footage right now of us killing her. But if the Hunter had this weird habit of getting in close and using his pistol. And once he got in close, it was just spam grenades in his direction to get rid of his cover and his armor and then rip him apart. The Warlock, without any Advent support on the field, was too easy because you just focused him down. He couldn't fight back adequately without some sort of distraction. And that's because the Hunter is based on the Sniper class and the Warlock is based on being a Super Psyker. The problem with basing them on that is that just like with XCOM, the Sniper and the Psyker, without other soldiers supporting them, they're actually pretty terrible. The Sniper can't really deal with threats up close and needs a spotter to be able to use their squad sight to snipe away. And preferably they need to be on high ground and not moving. If you're going to use them as a pistolier, that's fine. The sniper rifle becomes a secondary priority. But again, as a pistolier, you need other soldiers dealing the heavy damage or removing the cover for them to really be able to shine. Psychers, psychic abilities are there's a lot of psychic abilities that are just support for everyone else, that just make everyone else better, that are a general force multiplier. And then there's stuff like mind control. That's wonderful and all. But if I crowd control the person who's mind controlled with flashbangs and stuns, that literally just took one soldier away from me I can't use anymore and made me use one soldier to neutralize them while I deal with the person who's mind controlling them. Mind control is only truly threatening if I can't get at the person who's doing the mind control. Because then the person being mind controlled is a serious threat and I probably might actually have to kill my own soldier. When there's only the psyker to deal with, mind control isn't that threatening. You just run up and deal with the psyker with your entire squad. He had a couple surprises that were just too easily dealt with. The psi zombies and the psychic soldiers, they're hyper aggressive. They often would move themselves into positions that were either easily flanked or just flat out standing in the open. And the AI still hasn't developed the intelligence to react to soldiers who have stuff like Blade Storm. Literally, just run a ranger forward with Blade Storm and the zombies are taken care of because they'll charge that soldier and that soldier will rip them a new one. It was that simple. And once I realized the zombies, once they supercharge, would explode, so the Blade Storm hits them, doesn't kill them, and then the ranger just runs away. Because Shadow Step. Which is the only other reason the assassin was truly annoying and truly hard to deal with was because she started with Shadow Step in my game. I did a rerun of it just to see if it would happen again. She doesn't start with Shadow Step every time, apparently, which means that the second time would have been easier. Because she would run in to do a melee attack, reveal herself, and then try to run away with everyone on Overwatch and get ripped apart. The Chosen are powerful only if they can use additional subordinates to create an area of threat where you are dealing with XCOM v XCOM level squad threat. Not XCOM v one XCOM soldier. They're supposed to be this grand threat, and they can be if you let them. But if you just stay on top of them and go right after them, they're actually just kind of pansies. And that was disappointing. It does present a new challenge. It does get the rate of the campaign up much higher. You are constantly doing stuff on the map. You're constantly moving. I appreciate that. I don't appreciate the fact that I get 12 items that pop up on the map, and this literally happened. We count it. There were 12 scan items on the map, and all of them take 8 days. Do the math. That's 96 days to get the map cleared of scan items, and more of them are going to pop up while I'm scanning. It's too much. It's too much resources for XCOM to be using. I'm sorry. I have never had a problem where I developed a piece of equipment and couldn't immediately rebuild it. Just didn't happen. I've built 3 sparks. Like, I have that much extra resource. I've built 3 sparks and don't regret doing it. And didn't even hesitate. It was just like build, build, build. And that is a distinct problem, is you're given a whole lot of resources that you don't even need. I've been spending supplies on excess stuff at the black market. And then the game gets stingy with loot. Compared to the base game, I have 0 weapons that have maximum number of modifications on them. Nobody has a maxed out modded weapon. We're over halfway through the campaign. That's how stingy it's been with giving me loot. Unless it's a lyrium course. Then they're like handing them to me like candy. And I'm like... So, War of the Chosen, in my opinion, is good. But, just like the base game, it is significantly flawed. Now, the optimization effort, oh my god, thank you. The amount of optimization work that has been done is marvelous. Your compatibility with mods needs to be probably patched and worked on, because if you have any mods from Long War or the base game installed that are not specifically War of the Chosen and you install War of the Chosen, it's just going to crash, like, repeatedly. It might not even run. Like, mine doesn't even run if I turn on my mods. So you really, really should work on your compatibility with turning mods on and off. But the optimization, oh my god, it's day and freaking night. Previously during streams, I would sometimes escalate down to 10 frames a second or less, have to close the game and restart. Now during streams, you're looking at the footage. I have no frame rate problems whatsoever. That is black, white, day, and night. Thank you. But, it really is a mixed bag. Do I believe it's worth the $40 price tag? No. Wait for it to go on sale. I'm telling you right now, wait for it to go on sale. Wait for it to be $20 to $29. I wouldn't pay more than $30 for it. It's not worth the $40 price tag, which is basically the price tag of the base game itself. Right now, to buy the entirety of the XCOM bundle is $100 freaking dollars. And I'm going to straight up tell you that if you haven't played the Long War II mod, you will get more entertainment and higher quality entertainment, as well as a better challenge out of the Long War II mod than you will ever get out of War of the Chosen. I can say that unequivocally. Long War II is definitely still the best version of XCOM 2 available. It's the best version of XCOM I've ever played. The current War of the Chosen, the only reason it can truly be worth it at $40 is just for the optimization, but that was actually also reverse programmed into the base game, so you don't really need it to get the optimization effect because it's already patched in. But having spent 30 hours on War of the Chosen, I'm telling you right now, it's Long War II is a better experience, and both in terms of amount of time you'll be spending in it and the quality of it. War of the Chosen, I'm only motivated at this point to finish because my subscribers want me to finish it. If I was just playing it for myself, at this point I would stop playing. The Chosen are defeated. Once the Chosen are defeated, it just becomes a base version of XCOM with the DLCs installed. The last thing I have to highlight for you guys, very last thing. I'm going to try to be nice about this. The integration of the other DLCs is very poor. It's like they're not even factored in as a thing. You can just make sparks as soon as you build a proving ground. The fuck? No DLC mission, no DLC content, no expansion of Shen's Last Gift. You can just build sparks. You had a real chance here, Firaxis, to make that part of the DLC truly worth buying as an extra added package, and it's only worth buying if you're going to use it for Long War II. The Alien Hunters pack, I like what they've done with it, where they've made it where the alien hunters defend alien facilities, but they removed all the stuff about Dr. Vahlen, and the promised conclusion about what happened to Dr. Vahlen has not been included. Because there were supposed to be some updates to those two DLCs included with the War of the Chosen pack that would give us more story to them and kind of make them more complete. And it just didn't happen. I like the fact that rulers will not show up on the same mission as the Chosen, and the rulers are there defending high-end alien facilities such as the Black Sites and the Advent Tower. I don't like the fact that it's not truly integrated into the expansion, because it should be. There should have been some very high-quality, high-end completion stuff for those two because they kind of felt incomplete. There was no conclusion to Dr. Valen's story. There was no conclusion to Jillian and Shen's story. It was just kind of left ambiguous. Excuse me. It's just left ambiguous. I can't appreciate that. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's everything. That is detail for detail everything I've encountered with War of the Chosen. I've read the entire script I've wrote out for myself. I feel it's not worth $40. I feel it's worth $25, maybe $30 on the high end. Wait for it to go on sale, or wait till you have a way to get it off Hubble Bubble. Don't. I would not be paying a full $100 for this experience if I had a choice. And War of the Chosen, to me, it's not worth finishing. Once you've defeated the Chosen, you've basically played all the War of the Chosen content. You're now just playing the regular XCOM game with superpowered weapons. There was no concluding cutscene for defeating the Chosen. Once they were all dead, there was no cutscene for them. There's nothing. You get a cutscene introducing them, you get a cutscene when they attack you, and you get a cutscene when you kill the first one. And the cutscene when you kill the first one differs based on which one of them you killed. Fair enough. But there's no conclusion about the Elders' reaction to the death of their Chosen. That is a huge letdown. There's no concluding cutscene after they've been introduced for the Templars. There's no story expansion for them. It's just left blank. There's nothing to quest for specifically for them. Same thing for the Skirmishers. Same thing for the God, I can't think of their name right now. The other guys, the Reapers. There's nothing. There's no additional cutscenes beyond introducing them. There's no story explanation. It's hollow. Sorry I'm off on a tangent, but the story truly just goes hollow. And I'm upset at that. Firaxis, you had a real chance here to expand the lore of the XCOM universe, to truly make this a breathing, in-depth experience in which we, the player, must decide the fate of the Reapers, the fate of the Skirmishers, the fate of the Templars, and we must see firsthand what our damage to the Elders are with the destruction of their Chosen. And you just dropped it. The new gameplay mechanics are nice. I'll give you that. And a lot of them, I'm just going to be honest, are copies straight from Long War. The Skirmisher's ability to fire twice in a turn, Ranger from Long War. The Grapple Jack's nice. That's incredibly nice. The Rip Jack, that's a really nice, cool thing. The Skirmisher's ability to remain stealth, Rip from Long War with Rangers, where they could remain in stealth after if they fired their shotgun from ambush. Same thing with snipers. They just expanded it to where it's a chance to reveal now instead of you walk into a square. Templar psychic powers, those are new. I'll give you, those are completely new, and it's really nice to have a melee psyker. It just is nice to have a psyker that I'm not keeping in the back and then hurling a psychic power. Instead, it's I'm a fucking Jedi and I'm here to eat your face. That's a nice addition. But I think that's all the good and bad soup I have to give. And that is my full review of War of the Chosen. Here's the previous brutally honest review if you want to go check it out. Remember, I'm supported on Patreon and through sponsors on YouTube primarily. We are over halfway to the point of which I will completely cut off ads on all my videos. So, want to make it happen? It's up to you guys. Become a patron. Get to attend the patron meetings. Become a sponsor. Get to attend the patron meetings. And also get really cool emojis for live stream chat and get a nice little marker next to your name that says, hey, I support this person. Lastly, please check out our sponsor who doesn't pay us any money but gives us free advertising, Kitsuga.com. They also manage the Discord for me because there's no way in hell I could do that myself. And please hit the like button if you enjoyed this review and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Go ahead. Let me have them. In the meantime, from my house to yours, this has been Fiaura, and I'll see you guys next time.